Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I will show you how I create a traveler's notebook layout entitled Into the Ground. I'll be scrapping with this paper pad that's called Sweet Delight from Rosie Studio, and I'll be scrapping with these two pictures. Now, you see me, I have prepared, this is going to be a mixed media page, and so I have covered everything up so I don't make a huge mess of all my supplies and everything. And then I just start to splatter some just paint splats using red and green in the similar colors that I find on the papers that I'll be using. So this is the first step, and I'm just prepping this, and then so again I'm using red and green, and then we just need to wait until this page dries. So once the page has dried, I start with the next phase, and that's stamping. So I want to use a lot of circles on this page, and so I am going to just use some circular stamps that I have in my stash, and just start to just randomly stamp those circles onto the page. Now you saw I added the photos, so I know about whereabouts the photos will go, so that I don't do a lot of stamping behind the photo that will just be covered up anyway. I still end up doing stuff in the back behind there. And then here I noticed I should have paid more attention to line up the pages. It won't line up perfectly, but in the end it doesn't matter. The page will be so splattered and so full of things that nobody really will notice. So I'm using similar colors that are going with the paper pad. So it's some green and some red circles, and I just continue to just stamp those little circle items all around the page. And honestly, I always feel a little bit strange when I start with mixed media, because I don't really know how that will look in the end when you can't see where the photo will go and the other papers will go. And I knew I was going to use a lot of circles, and didn't know where those circles would cover up the things that I've stamped, but I still want some of the things that I stamped to show. So I always feel a little challenged with those mixed media pages, but then in the end I just love how they turn out. So anyway, now I've added I'm adding some more simple, just black stamped circles there. They are usually actually label stamps that I just keep spreading around the page. And then in my recent, most of the things that my craft supplies I have to order online. And usually when you make an online order, the store will always add a little something for free on top. It's usually stuff that I don't need, but this time they added these little circle stickers. And first I'm like, what am I going to do with that? But then I was like, oh, I'm doing the circle page, and actually it has some very similar colors to the colors in my paper pad. So I decided I will just be using more of those stickers on this page as well, to just add to the circular theme that's already going on there. So I'm still adding more stamps, because I'm not sure how the design will play out, and I just want the stamps to still show between the circles. So here you see me clean up my stamps, because I do care to treat my stamps well, so that they that I can keep them longer and have them well kept. So I'm just cleaning up my workspace a little bit before I move on. And here you see me see that's the circular sticker sheet that I got several sheets off, and so I'm just picking the colors that go right along with my color scheme on this page, and add those circles, hopefully in spots where they will actually be seen. Now you'll see me, I have to rearrange a few more spots of the dots, because I end up putting them where they would be completely covered, and that's not necessary, and they were easy to scratch off the page again, so I just did that when I realized that it would be covered up by the photos. So now here are the photos, and you see I realized there's a few dots that are going to be pretty much covered, so I peel it off and then put it back where I think it would be more visible in the end. That circle too, I still want to be more visible, otherwise what's the point of sticking it down? And then I die cut a whole bunch of little circles. This paper pad comes with like 20 different designs, and so I'm just going with these. I didn't even use all 20 papers because I knew I was going to run out of space on this page. But I just cut a whole bunch of different circles with my die cut, and then I try to arrange them around the page, and then it's all down to sticking them down. So right now I'm still arranging things there, and then they need to be glued down. So here are a few more, and obviously everything is still moving around a lot on the page, so it's still figuring things out there. But in the end, I'm starting to glue the first ones down, and you see that a lot of the background design will be covered up, which is what was to be expected. But still, I'm still happy with how much of the background design still shows up. Even the stickers, they peep out in some areas. So overall, I think it worked. I think the mixed media kind of worked, and the paint splats, it's watercolor and they go all the way down the page, and I don't care that they go well beyond the design, the designed area on this page. So anyway, I'm making this album for my mom. It's about her garden. She really got into gardening with all the COVID stuff going on, and social distancing and all that. So she's really happy having a little garden, and she's making friends with all her neighbors. And so this year I said I would create her a mini album for her, and that's what I've been doing here. So I have a whole bunch of pages already done, but I have quite a number of photos still to scrap, and I'm expecting her to send more photos, but we'll see how much we can get. I don't like it when the traveler's notebook kind of books get too thick. Then you have to, I do the ring binding, and then I'd have to use bigger rings, which means the middle part will be more separated, so I'm not too happy with that, but we'll see how many pages I add. So now I'm getting down to the title. I actually haven't glued down the photo yet, but the circles are pretty much glued down. And I thought for the title, because I have so many circles already going on, I might as well use a circle die cut. I have these small circle die cuts where that I can then use for stamps, and so I just stamped on. I have already made. I do that watercolor paper that I have watercolored in advance in different colors, and so on a watercolor paper that already has a similar color to what's going on, the color scheme on my page here, I just die cut little circles from my alpha there, and then stamped the title part. So here I glue down the photos, and then I die cut a few flowers from some off-white cardstock that I also had lying around, and in the end I'm really happy with how that turned out. So I tried to have a little triangular, because that's the visual triangle, to create that. Try to have a little triangle going with the flower design, but there's so much going on this page. So but still, I think the flowers ended up doing just adding a very pretty little extra embellishment on the page. So the title is almost done, and then I start with the foliage because they go first, they go under the flowers. So rather than sticking down the flowers and then trying just to fiddle the foliage underneath, I start with the foliage, have a general idea where the flower will go, and then I didn't even like shape my flowers, just die cut them, and they just, because I only glue the center of it down, so there's still enough of the color of the flower to pop off of the page. And I do like, I don't put glue on the entire leafy piece there either, just at the bottom part, so that there are parts of the flowers and the foliage that will pop off the page to give it a little more dimension. And then I'm off to the last part of it and gluing down the last flower cluster there, again from my stash of die cuts. And then here are my word stickers. I created stickers in my Silhouette software. I just typed out some words and then printed them on sticker paper, which I then had my Silhouette machine cut into little pieces, so I have sticker sheets. I just made sticker sheets, but then I usually do end up just sticking the stickers on cardstock still, because I like the thicker feel of it, giving it more dimension. Now you see me flip the page around so that I can cut it apart, where the photo, you saw the photo actually stuck the pages together. And then I thought the flowers still look a little boring, and so I got some enamel dots that I have in my stash and thought I'd give my flowers just a little pop, and I love how that ends up looking. I had just the right kind of red that goes along with my page, and those little enamel dots just really made my flowers pop and just made the flowers look really, really cute. So I'm very happy with how this page turned out. I think it's a pretty page. So let me know if you like this. I'm going to leave you with a few more close-up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope you enjoy. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.